Welcome back. Queensland's minister tasked with helping communities recover from disaster is right now on an African safari despite persistent flooding and the clean-up beginning in some parts of the state after ex-cyclone Koji. Amanda Cam booked a holiday during Queensland's known disaster weather season and was overseas when the flooding began. The timing of her leave has now been questioned by the state's opposition, while a spokesperson for Ms Cam accused Labor of, quote, shameful fear-mongering for their take. Let's bring in journalist Suze Mostyn and broadcaster Justin Smith. Morning to you both.
Morning.
Suze, no one denies anyone a holiday.
No.
I guess where my mind goes to is that if your job is helping the community recover from disasters, is it a bad idea to take holidays during your state's known disaster weather season?
Mon, you think? I mean, call me Captain Obvious. Of course, this is your portfolio, this is your electorate, these are your people, and they rely on you. You were elected to fulfil that role. And what are you doing? You're on safari in Africa. Do that any other time of the year, not during that critical disaster season. Another minister was prevented this year from doing the same, taking leave, as she did the previous year by the Premier Crisafulli. Why? Because not only is it a bad look, it's utterly irresponsible. And this current minister, she is actually posting while she's away, and it says recently. So there are shots with her with emergency services, that sort of thing. That is incredibly deceptive. The people don't fall for it. The optics are terrible. Learn who you are, what you're about, and don't get above your station. Those
photos that she is posting on Instagram, Justin, as Suze just said, deceptive there. I mean, it makes it worse.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, it's outrageous. And, you know, it is not just a bad look. It is bad. And the Premier might as well scrap the role that she's got anyway, because clearly, if you can do it from Africa while you're on safari, you know, you don't actually need the job here. This kind of don't hold a hose mentality that has kind of kicked in over the years, you know, is just nonsense. Leadership is the important part here. You know, you get the car, you get the money, you get the position, you get to call yourself minister and stick your face up on social media, you know, with volunteers. Part of that role is being good at it right now. Yeah. You know, when the crisis happens, being seen, being there with people and being good at it. I think this is, you know, one of the worst things of this kind that I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah, and look, we're hearing that she is on calls and she's in frequent contact, but as you said, she's got to be there. She needs to be talking to the people.
Safari in Africa. It's almost like you couldn't write that.
Yeah.
Could you?
Anastasia Palaszczuk in 2019 was caned for being away when the bushfires were on. What is wrong with these people not sniffing the wind, you know, reading the room and doing their damn job?
Get back. All right. Now, speaking of jobs, the search for Kevin Rudd's replacement as ambassador to the US is now on. Several contenders emerging for the plum job. Former Labor ministers Stephen Conroy, Joel Fitzgibbon, all in the mix. Now, as well as Defence Department Secretary Greg Moriarty. Now, other touted potentials from the other side of politics, perhaps less likely, coalition ministers Christopher Pyne, Julie Bishop. What do you think, Justin? Who do you, if you were a betting man, who do you think would be up for it, or the type of person?
I would put $10 on Fitzgibbon actually getting it, to be honest. But Julie, and there's nothing wrong with Joel Fitzgibbon, he's a fine man. Julie Bishop would be cracking in that role, I think, because she's sort of got the, she's got the light, she knows the light touch and she knows the hard touch. She knows how to do them both. She's got the credentials, but she won't get it because she's wrong side of politics, and this is one of those payoff kind of jobs. But can I also say, I've been incredibly disappointed in Rudd not seeing out his role here. I mean, honestly, he's doing it well. He's doing, you know, he's managed to kick the goals. He's got a year left. Do the job, mate.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, Suze? We were talking to Arthur Sinodinos about this and saying, why would he? It sounds like it was his decision to do this. Arthur Sinodinos was telling us that it possibly could be because this Asia job came up and it won't be available in a year.
Well, Mon, that's true. And I mean, remember Kevin 07. Now the questions are, was Kevin 07'd, you know, or did he choose? confused. Was it his own volition that he left because of the Asia Society role, which he's had before and is a very plum role, and it's been expanded. But there are so many people gagging for this role, aren't there? You know, you just know it's all happening. This is, you know, deep down politics. You have to be a diplomat. That's what the label is on the tin. You've got to be strategic. You have to have skills in not only diplomacy and soft skills, but you need to know about defence, negotiation, strategy, all of the things. And it could be a poison chalice, because we've seen how Trump acts. I mean, JD Vance survived calling him Hitler-like and is now vice president, but then we saw Kevin get an absolute tongue lashing, didn't we, in the room, beside Albo, in the flesh. So who knows whether he stood down or was pushed, but, you know, everybody will be wanting that gig.
Yeah, it might be difficult to find somebody who hasn't slashed him verbally. All right, now, new research has revealed that nearly 60% of us have admitted to leaving the scene after hitting or scratching an unattended car. The study published by money.com.au also found that Gen Z was the least likely to fess up to hitting another car or leave a note to the owner. Okay, you bump a car by accident, Justin. Are you a note leaver, or are you going to say, I've never done it?
No, I've got to admit, I'm not trying to pump myself up here and run for the role of US ambassador, but I have left a note, and I did it a couple of months to a guy, and he called me. I left my number, and I said, look, I'm sorry I've hit your car, and I've got to admit, his car was a dead set bomb. Mine wasn't much better, but his was a dead set bomb.
And Riles was really upset about that, Justin. I just want to tell you that.
Yeah, he's still got that note. He's framed it.
It's fine.
Anyway, the person called me and they said, you have made my year, because people run into my car all the time and they assume because it's a bomb they don't contact me. And he just...
That's really nice.
And I thought, that's kind of nice.
Did you pay any money?
Yeah, I had to pay the insurance.
Yeah, okay.
On it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I got, you know, my mates in the insurance company to pay it. But...
Yeah, nice. Suze?
Oh, inconsiderate swine, people who do that. I mean, where is our collective conscience? I know I sound Pollyanna about it, but surely that's the least we can do. If we do something wrong, that we own it, we wait for somebody to come back, or at least take a picture, send, you know, put something on the dash. I know people don't carry pens and papers, but go to an outlet, go to a store, borrow something, use the tools of the trade to be honest. Billy Joel said it best, honesty is such a lonely word. Everyone is so untrue. 56% of a Gen Z said that they just do the hit and run. Where's your moral compass?
Mon, wouldn't Suze's notes be just beautiful?
You know,
they'd just be beautifully written. They'd have little flowers in the corner, little hearts and kisses. You know, they'd just be nice. They'd be sweet.
I'm going to run into Suze's car just to get one of her notes. That's going to be awesome.
Mon, I don't like it when a bird leaves his mark on my car, you know? So just do the right thing.
Fair enough. All right, you two.
Be
nice.
As
I always say, you've both got the hard and the soft touch, as Justin mentioned earlier. Thank you both.
Thank you, Justin.
You're the best.